Good day, 14 degrees at 7:33. Good morning, everyone. Voters in the provincial riding of Calgary Foothills get a chance tonight to size up the candidates in the September 3rd by-election. The Calgary Leadership Forum hosting a debate tonight. Organizers are hoping, with a recent poll showing a tight race, tonight's debate will be well attended. A Main Street Technologies poll recently found Wild Rose candidate Prasad Panda is sitting with 29% support. NDP's Bob Hawksworth has 26%. And in third, Tory candidate Blair Houston. Now, voters in this riding have had 3 elections in less than a year. Most recently, the seat was vacated by former Premier Jim Prentice after he led the Tory party to a staggering defeat.
When you think of how many by-elections they've had, and with the changes, they have not been represented. And so it's time for them to come out and take that opportunity to see the candidates they're running, see how they think on their feet, and see if the individuals are running to serve the community or are they running for just a job. There's a big difference, and I'm hopeful that these debates, the way they're organized and the way they come off, will show to the audience, the voters of Calgary Foothills, who is the best candidate or who should deserve their vote.
Tonight's by-election debate is at the Foothills Alliance Church in the community of Edgemont in the city's northwest. Doors open at 6, giving voters a chance to chat with the candidates face-to-face before the questions start to fly. The debate begins at 7 o'clock sharp. In the federal election, the NDP bringing out a high-profile name to help bolster its campaign. Tom Mulcair has a campaign event in Toronto this morning with Stephen Lewis, Canada's former ambassador to the United Nations. Lewis is also, of course, a former leader of the Ontario NDP. Liberal leader Justin Trudeau is campaigning in Ontario with events in Belleville and Peterborough, east of Toronto. Trudeau expected to announce if he becomes prime minister, he'll bring back lifetime pensions for wounded Canadian veterans. And Conservative leader Stephen Harper is campaigning in Drummondville, Quebec, which is northeast of Montreal. Harper, by the way, the only major party leader campaigning on Sunday. He wanted to talk about a tax break for service clubs, but Harper again asked about revelations from the Mike Duffy trial. And once again, Harper said he would not comment directly on testimony from the ongoing court proceedings.
The fact of the matter is this. In my view, there are 2 people responsible. Mr. Duffy, who is the only one on trial who took money. My judgment should not have taken it, should have paid it back, did not do so. Instead, Mr. Wright did that for him, and I grant he paid back the taxpayers, but he did so without my knowledge and without my agreement. And these were his actions, he was the boss, and he is fully responsible for them.
Harper will likely be dogged with questions again from the Mike Duffy trial all this week. The trial then adjourns this Friday. It adjourns until November, which of course is after the federal election on October 19th. Well, it's becoming quite common for post-secondary school students to run out of money before the school year ends, find themselves turning to the bank of mom and dad for some cash. A new CIBC poll finds 51% of post-secondary students from higher and lower income families alike tapped their parents for additional money last year because they ran dry. 86% of parents surveyed considered themselves good role models for financial planning. The bank says mom and dad need to teach their kids about how to balance a budget in their early teen years before they start living on their own.